Have a cigarette. Go on, take one. It's really cool. Well, what are you, a wimp or something?
You're the wimp, dog breath. If you don't get cancer and die, go ahead, but I'm too smart.
Chloe, thank you very much. You can sit down. I think you got your message across. Okay, well, Chloe doesn't seem to have a lot of trouble saying no, but for some of us, it can be one of the hardest words to say. Sometimes it's just easier to go along with everyone else rather than standing up for yourself. Put it down, Chloe. So today we're going to learn different ways of saying no.
Where is he?
Sir?
I'll bloody kill you.
Hey, what's going on?
He's taken my $8,000 coin collection.
Okay, if you just back off for 1 minute, we'll be able to talk
Hit
about
him with
it.
your stick, Constable Mac.
What's going on here? You can't just barge in here like this,
do
Mr.
you know
Piggins.
where this man's coins are?
Croydon took them off.
Leave me, little mongrel.
Calm down for a minute. The teacher has your coins.
They're right here in my drawer, okay? I don't believe it. They're gone.
Oh, don't touch the gun. Should know better than that. Open your bag, will you?
Oh, Justin, after show and tell, what did you do with your grandfather's coins?
Miss Croydon took them off me.
Justin told us all how valuable they were. I didn't want to take any chances. What did you do with them? I put them in my drawer. Is it locked? No.
Did you leave the classroom at all?
Yeah, I went to the office to call his grandfather to come and collect them.
But when I get there, I find they've been bloody stolen.
Right, settle down, Henry. I'm sure my constables will find your coins in their suit.
Might find them, doesn't mean to say I'll get them back.
Sorry?
Well, you lot look after your own. The teacher's your bloody daughter, isn't she?
Are you implying that Susan's got something to do with this?
She told the kids to bring in something worth a lot. Why did she do that, I wonder?
I asked him to bring in a treasured possession, like a favourite toy or book. I didn't mean valuable. I wish I'd made it clearer.
Hey, Justin, when Miss Croydon went to ring your grandfather, did anybody else come into the classroom? Or did you notice any of the other kids hanging around a desk?
Everyone was all over the place, mucking around and that.
Well, this is one of those times when it's okay to dog.
Well, if you think really hard, you might be able to remember someone in particular.
Could have been tons of people.
Okay, that's fine. All right, come on back into the classroom. Get your bags.
I'm the jolly juicy rooster. Yum, yummy, yum, with the tasty tender treats for the tum-tum.
All right, get off the desk. Get off the desk, okay?
Sorry,
Yes,
sorry.
get off the desk. Now, let's stick to the matter at hand, right? You admit to delivering food to 3 houses over the past 4 weeks.
The O'Loughlin's had the family combo, the Watsons had the skinny pack, and the Egans had barbecue
Look,
nuggets
hey, listen, I don't want to know what they ordered. I want to know why these places were burgled and you were there just previous to the burglaries.
Oh, I don't know. Do you know?
Well, I reckon someone like yourself went in there, right? Made the
Yeah.
deliveries.
Yeah.
Sussed the place out. Noticed a bit of cash lying around.
Yeah.
Waited for the occupants to leave.
Yeah.
Then went back there and you did the burglaries.
Well, that sounds quite feasible.
Well, you stop with a dumb act. The same person did each burg, and I can put you to all 3 of them.
Well, you think I did it? That's why you brought me here. I thought I was here to help with your inquiries, but I'm a suspect. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm with you now.
You can't be this stupid.
Yeah, I am. Do I get a fingerprint?
Where did you get that?
Juicy Rooster Man, he brought it in for us.
You shouldn't accept food from a chicken, especially not a suspect. Is that a breast?
Please help yourself.
Did you find the coins?
Nope.
You conducted a thorough search.
Yep, we did. We looked in every school bag, every desk, the staff room and the teachers' cars.
If you ask me, they're long gone.
If you ask me, one primary school child has outsmarted 2 highly trained police personnel.
What do you mean? What are you doing?
Just look at this.
Shall I kick me, huh? You knew about this, didn't you?
Can we just get on with this, please? My daughter has been accused of theft.
Well, Henry Biggins is a reactionary old goat. No one's going to play the size attention to him.
Doyle, the expression mud sticks was coined in this town. Now, I want this nipped in the bud. Get on to all the hock shops and dealers, tell them to keep a lookout. And Schultz, could you contact the parents, tell them to have a word to their kids tonight?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Dan.
Yes.
Sorry, it wasn't me. Keep up the good work. Uphold the right.
Yep, thanks, Mr. Chicken.
Actually, I'm a rooster.
Yes, mate, any cock will do.
PJ, can I have an update, please? How can it not be Mr. Chicken?
Because he's got a list of alibis as long as his arm. Or a wing, in this case.
Has everybody been struck down with infantile puerility disorder or something? You've got 3 unsolved break-ins and you're treating it like...
They use a spare key, they know what they're looking for and where to find it.
So they obviously have inside information, therefore they are known to all 3 households. How hard is it to narrow that down?
Boss, Benny Danders had a customer this afternoon trying to sell him a coin collection.
Did he get a description?
Even better, he got a name.
I want a lawyer.
Chloe, you're not going to get in trouble with the law because you're too young.
Even for this?
I promise. Now, Mr. Ashfield's contacting your mum, and you can wait till she gets here, but we do know it was you because Mr. Danders recognised you.
Okay. I pinched the coins, then I wagged library and took them to Mr. Danders.
Chloe, you know you're not allowed to leave school grounds.
I had to. It's Mum's birthday tomorrow and I needed money to buy her a present. Now I can't get her anything.
We'll come to class early tomorrow and we can make her something.
I wanted it to be special.
I'm sure your mum would prefer something you made yourself to something you had to go out and steal for.
Sorry to interrupt. There's someone here about Chloe. Chloe, where are the coins now?
I took them home after Mr. Danders knocked me back. Hi, Nat. This is my big sister, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Where's your mum?
She wasn't home. Mr. Ashfield told me what's going on. I'll take her home.
Constable Cooper will drive you. That way you can pick up the coins while he's there.
They were in my best secret hiding place.
Not so secret. Is that all? Can we go?
Yeah, I guess so, but I am going to need to speak to your mum, Natalie. Where can I contact her?
She's on the road a lot. I'll get her to ring you.
I'd appreciate that, thank you.
Come on.
Hold on, Cooper.
All right, who wants to drive in the police car?
Me.
Yeah? I think I should drive.
Bye, Constable Maggie. Bye, Miss Croydon.
Bye, see you tomorrow.
Well, stealing I can understand. But where does an 8-year-old kid learn how to pawn stolen goods?
From her mother, apparently.
You're kidding.
No, well, she used to be a regular customer at Benny Danders. He reckons she was always in there trying to get a few extra dollars because she's an alcoholic.
She must keep it under control. Well, Chloe's a handful, but she's one of the happiest kids I've ever taught.
Oh, she is now, but when I first met her, she was a very disturbed little girl. I only got child protection under them.
Well, they're bad.
But she's improved so much over the last couple of months, I didn't see any reason to pursue it.
Maybe the change for the better is because her mum's got her act together.
What's going to happen to the thieving little bugger?
Well, I've had a talk with him, Mr. Biggins, and I'll be following up.
Talk? That's why we're raising a bunch of larrikins. Too much talking, not enough belting.
She's only 8, Mr. Biggins.
You let them get away with this, there'll be no stopping them. When I was a kid, if I got out of line, my father beat me black and blue. That's the only kind of talk kids understand.
That made you a model citizen, didn't it, Henry?
You being smart? Smart bloody mouth.
Hey, Mr. Biggins. If I hear of you as so much threatening Justin with violence again, I'll come down on you like a ton of bricks. Have you got it?
God, you're scary, Constable Doyle. Squish me out a tinfoil chocolate crackle there.
Chocolate crackle?
See, this is why you get zits after school resources day, Doyle.
I do not. Oh, aren't we organised for once?
The answer's got to be staring me in the face here.
They all had cash on the premises, did they?
Yep, Lachlan in the pot plant, Watson cashed in the study, and Mrs. Egan had her cash jar in the fish pond.
So they certainly knew what they were looking for.
There was no sign of disturbance in or outside of the house. They even knew the two of them had a spare key.
Oh, how would they know that? There must be someone out there who's linked to all 3 houses.
Well, if you find out who, Doyle, I'll buy you dinner.
Oh, you will? Where?
Take away the juicy rooster.
God, there's an incentive, not. So what, none of them shared the same tradespeople or doctors, social club friends or cleaners? You have been busy.
And all I could come up with was the juicy rooster man.
What about kids?
No, only the Watsons have kids.
Well, I know the O'Loughlin's have got a granddaughter called Kate, and she's in the same class as Ben Watson.
You sure about that?
Yep.
So if Mrs. Egan has a grandkid in the same class...
Listen, we think there might be a connection between 3 recent burgs we've had in town and your classroom.
Yeah, Ben Wattson's house was burgled, Kate O'Loughlin's and Simon Lauder's grandmother.
Yeah, I know, the kids told me.
But you knew about it and you didn't tell me.
They'd already been reported, Dad.
Yes, but if you told me, we might have made the connection between the 3 before now.
Here you go.
I suppose it's too much to ask for you to share a few tidbits of your day with your own father. I get to get a glance in my direction as you come and go. Yes, yes.
Yes, it was the same person did all the burgs.
And we think that person might have had access to information from your classroom.
Yeah, well, it could be a parent, teacher, anyone with a more than normal interest in the kids' private lives.
Oh, I haven't been there long enough to know what normal is yet.
OK, well, we might just come in tomorrow and have a chat with the kids, huh?
I'd prefer it if you didn't. They had enough disruption today.
Oh, Susan, it's not really up to you. It's the principal's decision. G'day, Susan.
You're early? I haven't even run this by Guy Ashfield yet.
No, you're right, Susan. We'll wait.
Well, he's not due for another 10 minutes.
Oh, look, we'll get it over ASAP.
Bye, class. Laura wins.
Hi, girls.
Hello.
Constable Maggie.
Hi.
Who's that? Is he going to tell me off?
No, this is Senior Detective Hasham, and I've just brought him in to meet you all.
Ooh, love chunks. Is he your boyfriend?
Hey, Chloe, I've got some ideas for your mum's present. Come with me.
I'll be back in a sec.
Right.
Are you a policeman? Where's your uniform?
I'm in disguise.
Natalie? I haven't heard from your mum.
Yeah, she got home too late today and left work early this morning.
Okay, well, can you remind her for me, please? It's important.
Sure. I've got to get her to class.
Have fun.
Hey. Oh, look at this.
What is it?
House plans kids are drawn.
They're very nice.
Hang on, have a look. Cato Lachlan, Nanny and Pa's house. Spare key.
The money tree.
Money tree. Simon Lauder, it's Mrs. Egan's
Let the
grandson.
fish hide the treasure. Ben Watson.
Dad's secrets.
What are you doing? You got no right to handle the kids' assignments.
Well, they're more like advertisements, Susan.
These could have something to do with those bergs.
What?
Well, it's everything the crook would need to make the bergs.
We're going to need to know who else had access to these.
No one. I keep them locked away in my filing cabinet along with all their other work.
Well, if it's just schoolwork, well, why do you lock it?
Well, I also have my laptop in there.
So if they're locked away, nobody else can get to them, right?
I suppose so.
In other words, the only person who has access to these house plans involved with the burglaries is you.
I'm phoning about a house plan your son drew.
I'm sure there's no risk as long as you take...
You know.
as long as you take the key out from under.
Well, all right. Just take the money that's not underneath the staircase.
Are you
and
not
stick
out
it
of your
somewhere
collective
else.
minds? You go out there to ask a few routine questions, you come back dragging my daughter.
Boss, firstly, we didn't drag Susan back here. She volunteered to come.
To save face, no doubt. The whole school is probably talking.
Boss, we're not accusing her of doing the burglaries.
No, not directly anyway.
Meaning?
Well, she's been known to mix with a few sus characters.
Are you suggesting that my daughter has been passing on information?
Inadvertently, boss. She could have told someone about the house plans without realising how they were going to use the information.
Susan is not that gullible.
The burg started just after Susan got back in town. The assignment her class did was used to commit the burglaries.
And as far as we can tell, she's the only one who had access to that information.
Now that makes her very gullible, boss, or very guilty.
Yeah, I met this guy and we worked out the plan together.
Why, Susan? What, are you taking drugs again?
No, of course she's not. Are you?
Well, I guess the problem is it's hard to afford a constant supply on a teacher's wage, right? So what?
Oh, whatever you say, Detective.
Susan, I don't believe for a minute that you'd use your kids like that.
No, but that's the best high of all. Ben Watson can't get to sleep at night without the lights on since he was robbed. Knowing he'll never feel completely safe in his own home again makes it all worth a while.
You stop wasting our time. Do you want us to charge you,
Of course she doesn't. Are you trying to give me another heart
Just
attack?
telling you what you want to hear. God knows they don't listen to the truth.
What is the truth?
The truth is that I don't know anything about the Bergs. I don't know how the information from the assignments was leaked. Wish I'd never inherited the bloody thing.
Well, wasn't this project your idea?
No! The kids were already working on it when I started.
Well, who set the assignment?
It was a lesson on visualisation. I instructed them to draw a plan of their favourite house from memory and to be as accurate as possible.
Well, you didn't suggest that they put in a few private details, like secret hiding places?
Certainly not.
You weren't counting on it just a little?
No.
Right, Mr. Ashfield, we have got some information that says you like a bit of a punt, is that right?
It's not against the law, is it?
Oh, it is if you're a problem gambler and you start looking for ways to supplement your income, it
It's
is.
not a problem for me.
Mr Ashfield, isn't it true that 2 years ago the Education Department investigated you in relation to missing school funds?
Yes, it is. And I was cleared.
They had reason to believe that you gambled the money away.
If there was any substance to those allegations, I wouldn't still be principal.
Oh, well, they didn't have enough proof to sack you, but they still haven't closed the file.
You were funding your gambling habits through the school then. Is it possible you're doing that now?
Look, I came in here of my own volition.
Maggie. Dominica Bassetti's on the phone. It's Chloe's mum.
Excuse me. Mrs. Bassetti, Constable Dawes speaking.
That's where Henry Biggins
Hi. Listen, it's about the
Underneath his
incident
underwear
Chloe was
drawer,
involved
mate.
in yesterday. I'd like to get
You
together and
locked
have
it,
a chat
Jake.
about it.
It's dirty, wasn't it?
Have you lot checked with all
Well,
those
no, I just
householders
don't think
yet?
that Chloe fully understands that what
Not
she did
quite.
was
It's
wrong.
not quite good enough, Cooper.
All right, no,
Hello,
that's what you
Mount Thomas Police,
prefer.
Constable Cooper
Okay,
speaking.
bye-bye.
The girl's mother.
Yeah, she said she'd prefer to handle it herself.
But you're not convinced.
Oh, she just sounded a bit funny, that's all.
A bit funny. There you go. You hear a new word for drunk every day, don't
Nick,
you?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Mags, that was the school. You're late for your road safety class with the
You
prep.
better get a late note off the boss and pick up some fairy bed, please.
Mr. Ashfield, is this the key to your filing cabinet?
Yes.
Would you mind if I tried in Susan Croydon's lock?
Chances are it will fit, as will many of the other teachers' keys. There are only about 4 variations.
PJ? There's been another burglary. It looks like it might be one of these.
When did it happen?
In the last half hour.
If you knew this was going to happen, why didn't you warn me?
Well, we had a lot of parents to ring, Mrs. Walton. We were going through the list in alphabetical order.
Alphabetical discrimination. I should have stuck with Bailey.
Well, how can you be so sure of the time frame, Mrs. Walton?
Well, I only went out for half an hour to get some more paint. I got back, I put the change in the housekeeping jar, and the rest of the money was gone.
How much?
$100,
Hey,
give or
PJ.
take.
Look at this.
Did you leave the window open when you went out, Mrs. Walton?
Yeah, well, I had to. The paint sweat. I'm going to have to do this all again.
Yeah, we're going to need samples of these fibres, mate.
Yep, righto. Excuse me.
God, look at this mess, would you? Oh, look at
Hang
this.
on, don't touch it.
Sorry.
Could this be yours?
No, it's not.
To Min Love Keg, 23/7/89.
Well, Min's the owner of the locket. Anybody at school fit that name?
Not that I know of, no.
Well, keep in mind it's a pet name or somebody petite.
Sorry.
Anybody at school having a birthday? Wedding anniversary? No? This was found inside the locket,
You
Susan.
think this is Min?
Well, people don't usually carry around photographs of themselves.
Doesn't look much like a keg either.
Whoever it is known to the offender.
Look, I can't help you, PJ.
No, have a closer look, Susan.
PJ, Susan came over to visit me. Recess is nearly over. Come on through.
Thanks, Susan.
You what?
I'm moving out.
But you've only been home a couple of weeks.
And I thought things would be different, but you're still the same. Where are you going? Who are you going out with? What are you doing?
I'm your father. I mean, I just want to be involved
You
with
don't
your life.
trust me, Dad. You
Rubbish.
think I'm a loser, and you're constantly waiting for me to do something to confirm it. I can't live with that.
That's not true.
Well, what about this morning? You really thought I was stealing money for drugs?
I didn't believe that for a second.
You didn't want to believe it. There's a big difference. I had to move mountains to convince the education department my past was behind me. They were a piece of cake compared to you.
Susan.
Show it around the school. Remember, this Min does not have to be a woman.
A guy would be seen dead wearing this.
Just keep an open mind.
What's going on?
The burglar's done another job.
And what about Ashfield?
No, he was here when it happened. I've since found out that any of the teachers could have had access to Susan's locker.
Well, are we going to go?
Right, come on through. Remember, kids, whoever Min is, tomorrow is a very special occasion.
Bar mitzvah.
Going in.
Hey, can you guys hold on for 1 minute? PJ, Min could be a derivative of Dominica, as in Dominica Bassetti, little Chloe's mum.
Yeah, it could also be derivative of Mindy, Melinda, Minnie Mouse.
I didn't know that it was Minnie Mouse's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like Mrs. Bassetti's a clean skin.
You'll try Keg. There could have been a name change.
How's that going to check?
Sometimes the computer logs nicknames could trace her through here.
That's if she's in there at all.
How'd you go with the bank?
Yeah, her account's been active. I'll just cross-check all the transactions with the crime report.
There you go, Michael Coogan, known as Keg, currently doing 8 years for attempted armed robbery.
He could be the girl's father.
Well, one of them. So years ago.
And his ex-partner in crime is one Dominica Mundy. There you go, same birthday, bucket load of prize for you.
Yeah, drunk and disorderly, theft, soliciting, interviewed 2 years ago regarding suspected child abuse of daughter Natalie. Same person.
Yeah, she's a genuine mother of the year,
Look,
isn't
there's
she?
nothing on her in the last year. Maybe she's married whoever this Bassetti is and settled down.
Well, maybe she just learned how not to get sprung. These people never change.
You know, PJ, sometimes they do.
You wanted to bring her in?
I'm not saying she's a saint, but from what I've observed, she's a mother who's gone straight.
And what have you observed?
That her kids, they are much happier now.
See, this is why the school resources officer shouldn't get involved with the kids she teaches. It clouds your judgment.
My judgment's not clouded.
I've seen less cloudy in a
Look,
thunderstorm.
I'm not saying that she didn't do it. Let's just not jump to conclusions, all right?
Okay, a deposit was made into Mrs. Bassetti's bank account immediately after each burg. Before each burg, the account was almost empty.
Sorry, that was Mrs. Bassetti's previous employer. She was sacked for being drunk on the job 2 months ago.
Shortly before the burg started. Can I jump now?
Now, we'll go easy, won't we? There's no need to upset the kids.
I made one little comment about you being emotionally involved, and poor old PJ's always the big bad wolf. What is it? I'm always the big
Okay,
bad
I'm
wolf.
not listening to him.
Hello.
Constable Maggie, you've brought love chunks over.
We're here to see your mum, Chloe.
She's not here.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not a liar.
We might just take a look for ourselves, eh?
You can't enter our premises without a warranty, right, Constable Maggie?
Well, Chloe, we do have a warrant, but we won't force our way in if you don't want us to. All it means is that we're going to have to come back later with a social worker. Is that what you want us to do, Natalie?
No skin off my nose.
Oh, this means that I'm a constable qualified for promotion, so the higher the rank, the more stripes I'll get.
I want to be a police one day. When I do, I'll get 100 stripes.
Chloe. Who's this?
It's our gran.
She looks like a really nice gran.
She was. Then she wasn't.
What does that mean?
We were living with her in Melbourne. Till she kicked us out.
Hello? What are you up to? Is it okay? Oh, strange your mother didn't take a purse with her. Or a car, for that matter.
She didn't go far.
Huh? Nat, why'd you take so long to answer the door? Did she sneak out the back?
No.
What about this? Is this your mum's? Go on now, you can tell me. Where is she? Okay. We'll do it down the station, eh? Have a chat about this.
Natalie, do you recognise this?
No.
It's got your grandmother's photo in it.
And we found this at the burglary today, along with fibres from this jumper that you were trying to hide. Now, you've known all along that your mother's been committing these burglaries and you've been covering for her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Natalie, I know you want to protect your mum. I understand that. But can't you see that there's no point to that anymore? Or are you protecting someone else? Is it Chloe? Did Chloe give the information to your mum?
You leave her out of this. She didn't know anything about it.
You did, right?
No.
Oh, well, you had access to the house plans. You were at school today.
Wasn't her or Chloe. I can vouch for that.
Come on, Nat. Where's your mum?
I don't know.
She doesn't deserve your loyalty. She's walked out on you and your sisters. Now, what sort of a mum does that?
No more, PJ. Come on. She's been through enough.
Why do I always get stuck on surveillance with you?
Just being rewarded for all your good deeds.
Oh, come on, Dash. Now, I wonder if Stacey was spying on us, what she'd make of this, huh?
Hey, here we go.
What's he sniffing round for? Just wait. I reckon he's going to write something.
We said 4:30. Where are you? Double exclamation mark. Call me immediately. Boy, this must have been a very important meeting with Mrs. Bassetti.
It was to discuss the incident yesterday involving Chloe.
Would it surprise you if I told you we had evidence to suggest that Mrs. Bassetti committed these burglaries?
No.
Why is that?
Well, the house was under surveillance. I thought it had to be something like that.
And how did she get the information? Any ideas, Mr. Ashfield?
So we're back to me and the house plans again.
And isn't it funny how your name keeps popping up? You see, we never underestimate the common denominator.
I told you, I'm not involved.
I think you are. And I think you tipped off Mrs. Bassetti, told her we're on the trail. Now, if you know where she is, I suggest you tell us. Because you could be facing some very serious charges, sir.
Detective, you can't charge me because you've got no evidence. And the reason for that is I've done nothing wrong.
Alrighty.
Well, we've managed to find somebody who can put you up temporarily tonight.
What? I thought we were going home.
We can't just let you go home on your own.
I can take care of my sisters. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, under the law, children your age aren't allowed to be left at home without a guardian.
Natalie, some very nice people have offered to put you up. There's a lady called Ingrid from the Salvation Army. She's got room for Chloe and Laura, and you can go and...
No, you're not separating us.
But Natalie, it's only going to be temporary.
I said no, you're not taking them away from me. You'll have to shoot me first.
I won't allow it.
Why not? It seems like the only solution to
I
me.
don't want you staying at the Bassetti house. What if the mother shows up?
I can talk to her.
Dominica Bassetti is a desperate woman. She's not very likely to listen to you.
Oh, yeah, because I'm just so darned ineffectual.
I didn't say that. It's just that you're not experienced in these matters. Oh, come on, help me out here, you two.
Well, we could give Susan a portable and
I don't
have a
believe
vehicle.
this. I
scout.
asked
Look,
you to
if
help.
Bassetti shows, we'll be there in a second.
Are you suggesting we use my daughter as bait?
No, Dad, the girls are the bait. I'm just the one who reels her in.
Susan, I'm on your side.
If I'd known you wanted me to betray them, I never
There
would
is
have
no
offered.
point discussing it. I won't allow it. End of story.
Boss, it might not be such a bad
Oh, not
idea.
you too.
Well, there's no other emergency foster care available locally, and the idea of splitting them up is obviously very distressing for Natalie. And so there's not very many options for us, is there? And besides, Mrs. Bassetti might not even show.
Yes, but what if she does?
Then Susan will have a portable, and I think we can trust her to handle the situation.
What do you say, Dad? Do you trust me?
Henry Biggins, put that gun on the ground! Put it down! Put the weapon down! I said put that weapon down on the ground, Henry Biggins! Drop it! Put it on the ground! Put it down!
You're too late. The mongrel got away.
Should I call off the ambos, Nick?
No, not till we know what's going on here first. Now, we've had a report of a shot being fired. Henry, what's going on?
I heard a noise. I came out of the bedroom. Going for my coins, she was.
The intruder was a female.
That doesn't make it any better. She had no right being here.
Did you get a look at her?
No, it was dark.
Adam?
Yep.
Get on the PJ. Tell him Bassetti might have been here.
All right.
Hey, Nick! There's blood in the doorway, and there's no sign of the intruder.
You told me she got away.
Not before I winged her.
You silly old bugger. I could charge you with intentionally causing injury, maybe even attempted murder.
She had no right being in my house. Coming at me with a knife, she was.
Hey, Nick. This is the portable we gave Susan. I just found it.
That means Bassetti's gone home first.
Yep.
Susan?
Boss, no one's there.
How in God's name could you have let this happen?
We didn't know Bassetti was here, and Susan didn't make contact.
Well, maybe she hasn't had a chance. Susan! Susan! Susan, it's your father! Break it down, PJ.
What's going on?
Asleep? Well, that's great, Susan.
I can't understand what happened. 1 minute I was watching the movie, and then the next minute you guys are breaking the door down.
I knew this would happen.
But I've been right here next to the front door all night. The back door's locked and chained. There's no way she could have got in without me knowing.
The girls are gone.
She came here first. The girls gave her the portable. She did the Biggins job. They came back here. Got the girls out through the window.
I shouldn't have fallen asleep. I'm so sorry.
You did your best, Susan.
As usual, it's not good enough.
PJ, none of the taxi companies have done a pickup here. Truckies haven't sighted any hitchhikers at all.
Oh, they must have got a lift. There's no other evidence of blood.
No, PJ, she would have wrapped the wound before she left here.
Look, from the time she left Biggins and the time we got here was only 5 minutes, right? So if they left on foot, we would have seen her.
Well, there's always Ashfield.
You get over there.
There's no one home next door and none of the other neighbours heard anything. Hey, PJ, have you seen this blood? There's more over here. So there was a truck parked here before?
Where are they?
I've no idea.
Well, I think you do, Guy. I think you've got a pretty good idea where they are. Because I think you got in touch with Bassetti after we let you go. And you said, Dominica, the police are onto you. But she needed some money to take her children away. But then you being the regular sort of guy, you decided to help her out. You said, well, I know where Henry keeps his coins. She did the job, you helped her get away.
No.
Constable Cooper went to pick you up. And your engine was still warm. Where did you take her?
Nowhere. Would you just back off?
No, I don't think I will, because you're in a bit of trouble, Guy, old mate. As a matter of fact, you're in a lot of trouble because that woman's losing a lot of blood and she's going to bleed to death. She's going to be dead. And Mr. Headmaster, you're going to be responsible. So I think you should start telling us the truth.
I don't know where they are. She didn't show up.
So you were in it together.
I had a partner. It's not what you think.
Anyone else in the cabin, mate? No?
Come here. It's okay, come here. Laura, good girl. Come on, all right.
Natalie. Natalie, get him out of here.
Okay, come on, girls. Let's go.
No one was supposed to get hurt. That was the whole reason behind using the house plans. No one would get caught. Nothing was left to chance.
Well, for the 13-year-old child who had virtually no pulse when we found her, Mr. Ashfield, there was plenty left to chance.
Max.
No, she's right. I'm not proud of what I've done.
Why'd you do it then?
I don't have the willpower to refuse an opportunity when it presents itself.
If you're suggesting that Natalie instigated this
No,
entire...
it was my idea. I caught Natalie trying to steal some change from my car. She begged me not to go to the police. Told me that her mother had abandoned them and that she was worried about being separated from her sisters if the authorities found out.
It didn't occur to you to try and help her?
At the time, I thought I was. She needed money, so I engineered a way for her to get it.
For a cut of the burglaries and your silence, huh?
Yes. So you were right. I am a gambling addict. Takes every cent I have, and more. I'm not proud of myself. It's pathetic. But I can't help it.
Now, Mr. Ashfield, what's pathetic is that you abused your position of trust. You took advantage of a little girl who desperately needed your help. And you were going to let her take the blame for everything. But don't you think it's a bit weird that she'd run out on her kids like that?
It happens.
No, but boss, she's left everything behind. There's the bank cards, the driver's licence.
She's probably got another ID from somewhere. But I know what you're saying. Find out if there are any unidentified bodies at the morgue.
Thank you. Boss, a friend of Dominica Mundy's was told by her 2 months ago that she was sick of the kids and she was moving to Sydney.
Doesn't mean it's true. Keep going through the address book. All the Sydney numbers first. I want this woman found. She's got a hell of a lot to answer for.
Right, we've charged Mr. Ashfield with theft, handling stolen goods, burglary and conspiracy to
I'll
burglary.
let boss know.
Well, I'd say under the circumstances, you'll get the maximum.
Excuse me,
I'll let us
boss. That was, Dr. Hamilton. Natalie's recovered from her surgery, okay? And Maggie, she's asking for you. But boss, Zoe mentioned something else.
You shot her in the back, Henry.
It's my right to protect my life and my property.
It's only your right if it's in self-defence, Henry.
Yeah, well,
no, don't start on about the knife. There's no evidence of a knife. Now, this is not going to stand up in court. She has a wound to her back.
She was running away. She was running for her life, and you shot her in the back.
I was just so bloody angry. How was I supposed to know she was just a kid? I was geared to shoot her. And when she turned and ran, I guess I couldn't stop myself in time.
Henry Biggins, I'm charging you with attempted murder. I'm not obliged to say I'll do anything as anything you say or do may be given evidence. You understand that? Do you?
Yeah.
Miss Croydon?
Yeah?
Last night, you didn't just fall asleep. Mum left some sleeping pills behind. I put one in the Milo I made you. I'm really sorry. I couldn't think of any other way.
I think I understand why you did it, Natalie. It's fine.
Natalie, why did you try and cope with so much on your own?
We've been in foster homes before. No one ever wants 3 kids. Anyway, I can look after them just fine.
By committing burglaries to survive? It's not a very good example for Chloe and Laura, is it?
I didn't know I was stealing.
Is there anyone that we can contact? Family or friends?
It's just me and my sisters.
What about your gran?
She doesn't want us. I hate her.
I don't think that you'd wear her photo in your mother's locket if you hated her so much. It hurt you terribly to leave your grandma, didn't it?
When we were living with her, we were safe. She protected us from Mum. She made us feel like we were worth something.
Then why did you leave?
Gran and Mum were fighting all the time. I guess it got too much for Gran. She kicked us out.
How long ago was that?
About 6 months. We moved here and Mum changed our name to Bassetti. Said she wanted to make a fresh start.
And you didn't have your gran there to protect you anymore, did you? Natalie, was your mum often violent towards you? And did Chloe and Laura receive the same sort of treatment?
She wouldn't dare touch them. Whatever she had to dish out, she could give to me.
So you took their share, did you?
I tried, but I couldn't be there all the time. I came home from school one day and there were cigarette burns all over Laura's arm. I never left them alone with her again.
Do you know where your mum is now?
All right, we'll try and get in touch with the grandmother for what she's worth. No, you stay there as long as you think it's necessary.
Boss, I've done the whole address book. No one else has heard from Domenica Mundy in ages.
What's ages?
Years?
Did she make any new friends in Mount Thomas? I mean, surely she must have told somebody what she was up to.
Well, no, apparently she kept to herself.
No, she just drank herself stupid by the sounds of things.
Right, you two, get back out to the house, have a poke around, see what pops up. I thought you were supposed to be minding Chloe and Laura.
No, Zoe's giving them a checkup. Can we have a talk?
I don't know what this is about. Chris told me you're planning to move into the pub. Now, I know you'll tell me it's none of my business, but I think you could do
Sorry,
better.
I've been such a bitch lately. I haven't given you an inch.
What brought this on?
Oh, I just realised that I could have done a lot worse than you. I love you, Dad.
I love you too.
Hi.
Have you found her?
No. We were hoping that you might be able to help us track her down. I know you don't want your mum back,
No.
Natalie, but...
I want you to find her. She deserves to be found.
Card from the girls?
There was this night. Mum was the worst I'd ever seen. She was so drunk. Going off her head. Said it was our fault she had no life and couldn't keep a guy. She said she'd be so much happier without us dragging her down. All the usual stuff. She wasn't just hitting me. She grabbed Laura and started banging her head on the ground over and over, and Laura and Chloe were screaming. And I was trying to drag Mum away, but she was just too strong.
Looks like we found Domenica Bassetti.
And so I grabbed the clock and I just wanted to make her stop hurting Laura. I killed her. I killed my own mum.
Well, Natalie was trying to keep up the illusion that her mother was still alive, so she kept the bank accounts active, she imitated a voice on the phone and forged a signature.
So was Chloe making the whole thing up about her mother's birthday?
No, Chloe and Laura didn't know their mother was dead. When she wasn't there in the morning, they just assumed she'd run off again. And then Chloe got it into her head that she'd be back for her birthday. Well, Natalie let her believe it.
Well, she was still their mother, I suppose.
Well, Natalie thought that she'd forget about it in time.
Will they be able to stay together?
I think it's going to be hard to find someone who's going to take them all in. I'm chasing up the grandmother now, but she doesn't sound like a safe bet.
What will they do to Natalie?
Up to the courts. I'm sure the coroner will decide in her favour regarding the death, but been an awful lot of other offences.
Well, everything she did was because she loved her sisters.
No, doesn't mean she should get off scot-free.
Whatever happened to extenuating circumstances?
Susan, we could find extenuating circumstances in every case if we looked hard enough. Then no one would be punished, right?
PJ, phone call for you.
Excuse me.
Thanks, mate.
It's your mum online too.
Oh.
Hey, PJ. You know, this little girl's mother's dead and she's been physically and emotionally abused all her life. She's given up everything to care for her sisters and now she's been shot and you still think that she's got some punishment coming,
You can't
do you?
send out a message that it's okay to steal, man.
Oh, good. Well, we'll lock her up and we'll throw away the key.
No, all I'm saying is that she needs to be made aware of the seriousness of her actions.
PJ, she didn't call the police because she saw us as the enemy. Now, if that's the message that we're putting across, then maybe it's us who should be thinking
Maggie,
about
it's
the
your phone,
consequences
not
of our
Emotionally
actions.
involved. You're not emotionally involved?
Well, at least I'm not emotionally crippled. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, mate. Sorry about that.
No, I'm not going to force you to eat that stuff. Gross now.
Hey, girls, you want a visitor?
Oh.
Gran.
Oh, my girls. Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes.
We haven't seen you since you kicked us out.
Oh, I didn't kick you out, Chloe. How could you think your old Gran would do that to you?
That's what it looked like to me.
Natalie, the day you left, I was at my lawyer's trying to arrange for custody. When I came home, you'd gone.
Why did Mum say you kicked us out?
Because she wanted to punish me. And she did that by taking away the only things that mattered to me in the whole world. You girls. And I've been looking for you ever since.
And Chris, do you think men and women will ever think the same way?
Oh, doubt it.
Me too.
Be pretty boring if we agreed on everything. They're only men after all.
The wine list, please, Chris. Taking my baby daughter out for dinner.
I would have thought Stacey'd be down having a drink with us.
She's not feeling very well.
So shouldn't you be up there looking after her?
I'll have this drink and then I'll go up.
Is everything all right between you two?
Yes, Dash, everything's fine. Why wouldn't it?
Something I need to say. Now, what I said back at the station is...
Was that you're eating far too many chocolate crackles, Dooley. You've got pimples all over the back of your neck. You're a lost cause, so come on, dig in. Crackle for you, crackle for you. Chris,
I will.
Chris, crackle, crackle. Crackle!